the Green, Mpofu. Let's talk about the fact that you're now a member of Umkhonto weSizwe. You only left the EFF in early November, but you've said that you were part of the formation of Umkhonto weSizwe. Let's just start there, where you are helping with starting off this formation called Umkhonto weSizwe.
Yes, it's been, thanks for that question, because it's been the most misunderstood thing. I've made it clear, and I think even the president of the EFF made it clear, that everything I did with former President Zuma was known in the EFF. He has even related some of the discussions we had, although some of them inaccurately. But the point is that at that time, the idea was not to leave the EFF or anything like that. It was to assist in forming a broad alternative, or what we call now the Progressive Caucus. So this thing about that you wanted to grow MK or kill the EFF is actually false. Because the idea was that you grow both MK and the EFF and the PAC and the UDM and the ATM, so that you have a progressive bloc that is ready to take over the country, because some of us were able to predict even then that the ANC was not going to make the 50% threshold. So the idea was to create what I then called in my presentation 3 blocks. You had the so-called Moonshot Pact, you had the ANC, and then you are going to have the Patriotic Front. So that the ANC would have had to choose whether it goes to the right or to the left. And as we know, it went to the right. So that was the idea. The issue of now moving to MK is a separate thing that has its own dynamics. But at that point, there would have been no need for anyone to move from where they were.
So why do you think then Julius Malema has seen these moves as a betrayal, or seen it as though, you are trying to kill his party? Because now he's declared the Umkhonto weSizwe party an enemy. Floyd Shivambu, then it was you. It also seems that this was well coordinated and planned well before even the election, yes?
Yes, well, it's a pity that anybody who is, as I say, call themselves progressive would declare a party such as MK, which has set out its objective, which is supported by millions of poor South Africans, as an enemy. Because then it means all those millions of South Africans are your enemy, which is very unfortunate. What really has happened is that, and also that whole thing is built, as I said before, on the false narrative. For example, there's this thing that I said the EFF must be collapsed into MK. That's a lie, absolute nonsense. I don't even know how that would work. How would you collapse the EFF? What do you do?
So then why leave the EFF? Did you no longer believe in the EFF?
Yes, but that's a different question. I'm saying leaving the EFF and wanting to collapse it are not the same thing. I'm telling you that as a fact, there are people who were in the meeting where I did the presentation. The president of the UDM was there, the president of Azapo was there, 2 representatives of the EFF were there. So if I had said that, they would know. You can go to them, they'll tell you that's nonsense. It was never said in that meeting. But this whole hullabaloo is built around that lie. You cannot build a progressive platform on a lie. But let's put that aside.
What's been happening?
The issue about going to MK is because I personally, as a South African, I can go and I can join the Freedom Front Plus if I want. You can join the DA if you want. That's what we fought for. So I, Mpofu, believe that the platform that is going to take us quicker to total liberation, to the unity of our people, which has eluded us for more than 350 years, is Umkhonto weSizwe. Am I right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't matter. The idea, an idea cannot be wrong. So if you believe in the Catholic Church and I believe in the Methodist Church, neither one of us is right or wrong.
Okay, but Dali, the question then becomes, when did you realize that not EFF but MK? And this is where I think the point comes about some seeing you as a snake or a betrayer, that The MK was formed on the 16th of December 2023. Only in November 2024 do you jump ship. Can you appreciate why some would think you are ulikoki, as some would say?
No, I cannot appreciate illiteracy, because it means you or those people have not read. I wrote a 10-page document, but our people probably think maybe 10 pages is a bit long, yeah. But 10 pages explaining anyone who has read that document will not ask what you're asking, because I explain it painstakingly what the process was and what it was not. So to be asked this is really, actually, I mean, it's unfortunate, because it means people are refusing either to read the thing or to analyze it. Read the thing. If you think it's not true, then come and debate it with me. But don't come with, strict terms that are used. Because, as I say, if the president, no less than the president of the EFF, says, at least I respect Mpofu because he took us along, he sat down with us, he explained what was happening, and there were meetings that were held between him and the president of MK before the MK was formed, which were organized by me. And that's all true. There's proof to that. As I say, it was not just me and him. There were other people in these meetings. So if you say, no, all that, he's lying, then it means the president of the EFF is lying and I'm lying. And therefore comes your theory. But anything that's not based on fact, how am I expected to respond to that, honestly?
All right, let's talk about today. 1 year since Umkhonto Sizwe Party, undoubtedly a political juggernaut. 45% in KwaZulu-Natal, but they're not running the province, Dali. What's to be said about that?
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate because, again, it's the duplicity that I hope the people, because the most important is not me or you, it's the people. I hope the people are watching that, because the same parties that say, no, we have to be calling the shots in the so-called GNU because we got 40%. At the same time, a party that got 45%, more than the 40%, must not run KZN. Now, that's just duplicitous. And South Africans are very discerning. You know, you can't just fool them like that. They can see that kind of hypocrisy. So, yes, MK Party is determined to take over this province and this municipality and various other metros in 2016. The truth, Zianda, is that nobody, you like MK, you hate MK, no one can deny that 16th of December marked a new epoch in the politics of this country. Irreversibly so, and ours is now to consolidate and build on that and make sure that come 2029 we are in charge of this country and bring total liberation and the values that we have set out in our constitution.